and what a great run it's been so far. The last 7 years, 6 MAC regular season titles and 6 MAC tournament titles. Pretty impressive resume for this squad. Coming up at the end of July, Tori and a few other participants will be traveling over to England for the World Championships and competing in events like the double dutch. And they normally get those wins through their defense. In those 3 victories, 8 points a game. That's what they allow, and their offense isn't too shabby either, scoring 28 points per game. Morris led Ohio as a skater to 3 national titles, and that's when he made a permanent line change behind the bench at Bird Arena to coach the Bobcats to another title. The first ever meeting was a whole lot closer than the 136 miles that separate Ohio State and Marshall. Football season might be over here at Pickerington, but that doesn't mean toughness has left the building. Here at basketball practice, Coach Francis is teaching a hard-hitting mentality. A 400-mile ride through southeastern Ohio. You have to wonder where these riders will stay. The answer is simple: intense.
Theo, I need you to pay attention when I'm talking.
Jerry Francis is getting his players to pay attention at Pickerington Central High School.
Toss, help him up the step next group.
I was kind of scared, to be honest, and he was just getting in our face, and I'm like, I don't know if this is for me, but it's really helped us out a lot.
The Columbus native spent 4 years as an undersized center at Ohio State, and after his playing days, the coaching trail took him all over the place. Ultimately, the distance from his family was too much.
To be honest with you, just didn't have the passion, just didn't have the drive being without the children, so I wanted to kind of slow myself down, get myself out of college athletics, get back to Columbus, Ohio, and again, slow down a little bit and find a nice high school, and here I am today. Hey, now be careful, feet to feet, hand to hand, do the windmill, right?
Now Francis's background is bringing a new philosophy to the Tigers, and basketball isn't the only sport involved.
Now, obviously, as far as the rich tradition, in my opinion, in all sports here at Pickerington Central, we just want to piggyback those other coaches, those former players, piggyback their efforts and their energy to help keep the tradition alive. Football season might be over here at Pickerington, but that doesn't mean toughness has left the building. Here at basketball practice, Coach Francis is teaching a hard-hitting mentality. Good. Paul, spread your wings. Good. Go right up. Good, next group, here we go. That's right, blocking pads on the hardwood for one drill, an intense loose ball session on the other side of the court. With Coach Francis's unusual style, it may be just a matter of time before there's a new banner in Pickerington Central's gym. For NBC4 Sports, I'm Bryan Levin. As the brand Kellogg's thinks of its Frosted Flakes, they are great. The same can be said for Ohio freshman Nick Kellogg, and while he certainly wasn't frosty against Ball State, you could say he helped ice the Cardinals. Kellogg scored 5 straight points down the stretch for the green and white in their 1-point win over Ball State. The guard from Columbus also leads the Bobcats in 3-point percentage. Each day Kellogg improves. Just note he's scoring double figures in 4 straight games. It's basically what Coach Gross wants in a key role player.
Knows, like DJ said, what his role is. He's completely comfortable in it. He can recite it to you. He knows it by heart, and he knows that's what he's supposed to do, and that's all he thinks about.
Kellogg paced Ohio to a 1-point win, but another freshman up Route 33 did the same thing on a much bigger level. Jared Solinger dropped 21 points to help Ohio State also squeak out a 1-point win. The Big Ten naming Solinger its Freshman of the Week for the 10th time this season. The Buckeyes sweeping the honor with Deshaun Thomas and Aaron Kraft each beating out their teammate 1 time. The Ohio women's team didn't have that freshman to lean on, and it showed. The Cats shot a lowly 26% in their 8-point loss to Northern Illinois in the Convo. In fact, they're dead last in the Mid-American Conference in that category, and that doesn't lead to a whole bunch of points. Coach Samika Randall's team just needs to show up in order to work on their offensive woes.
We're flat. Bottom line, we're flat, and that can't happen. We're not good enough because we don't have the ability to rattle off points after points after points. We allowed that to happen ourselves. So if they have to do jumping jacks and whatever they need to do to get warmed up and be ready to play.
Highs and lows for the Ohio wrestling team. A come-from-behind win against MAC foe Buffalo followed up the next day with a tough loss to the 10th-ranked American Eagles. 2 wrestlers with big victories. Nick Perdue won both contests at 174 pounds, and Eric Schuth ranked 16th at the 197-pound spot and also went unbeaten through his matches. While back-to-back bouts may be a factor, Coach Joel Greenlee says he can't let it be an excuse.
It's 3 days. You're going to have to do it. The MAC tournament's 2 days. You're going to have to do it. You know, we just can't let that be an excuse. You know, we're wrestling hard. That's the most important thing. If you wrestle hard, good things are going to happen.
Hockey and the rolling hills of Appalachia don't really go together, but a team in Athens is trying to overcome those obstacles and hills mile after mile. Don't let the front of the jersey fool you. The Athens Bobcats represent more than just, well, Athens.
We got kids from as far away as Charleston, Huntington. We got one kid from Parkersburg, one from Portsmouth area, Ironton, Gallia.
The Bobcats cover a wide area since most other club teams are in Columbus, Dayton, and Northern Kentucky. And while mile after mile may fade the tread on their tires, it doesn't fade their love for hockey.
It used to wear on me, but it's gotten to the point to where I just love the game so much, I don't even think about it. I'm just always excited just to go out on the ice, just play, just be able to forget about everything in the world.
Being the odd team out in tournaments gives the Bobcats a little bit of a chip on their shoulders.
We kind of go around just thinking like everybody wants a piece of us, especially when we were on a huge win streak. It definitely seemed like everyone wanted to beat us. Like, we like to think of ourselves the team to beat. No one really likes Athens, and we kind of like it that way.
Athens tied Hilliard 2-2 on senior day over the weekend, and those 7 seniors may only have a few more games before the season ends, but they'll always be teammates.
They're family, like we're brothers. I mean, I miss them, I'll never forget them.
We've become real good friends over the years, and it's just it's just real cool because we're in different towns, but we can still be friends and hang out.
Now, after that tie to Hilliard, the Bobcats were able to respond with a 2-0 win yesterday in Columbus.